But we see here that if they would only allow themselves, these Sadducees, if they would only allow themselves to get rid of their own self-righteousness, they were right and everybody else was wrong. If they would only realize that God has sent his son. God sent his son to bridge the gap that separated us from him. If they would only realize that the one that was crucified was the cornerstone that they rejected. If they would only realize that it was Christ, their Messiah. And I like what Peter called him too. Peter called him Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Yes.
Peter called him Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Jesus the Messiah that comes from Nazareth. Because, see, Jesus was a very popular name. But when you locate it, you know, there might be a lot of Gary Swifts. But you say, it's the Gary Swift that's out of the holiness missionary. Well, let us go and see. But we see this lesson today. The persecution of the church. Let us not be like the story about the frog. They say it's a scientific proof that if you put a frog in a pot of warm water and you turn the pot up, the heat up slowly, that the frog won't notice the change and he'll stay in there until the hot water kills him. Let us read this word of God. Let us not fall asleep sitting and watching the church go on and we being ignorant to the word. Read this word so don't nobody tell you something that is not in here. And you're just sitting. You're just sitting and every Sunday it become more and more distorted, but they just gradually distorted it. Gradually distorted it. And before you know, you got a doctrine that's not even talking about the God of the Bible. But Peter wanted the people to know that this power that we have is not of ourselves, but it is of the one who is yet alive, that cornerstone that God raised up from the dead, that bridged us back together, and there's no longer any separation between us and him if you would just accept the way back. Jesus himself said, I am the way. No man can come unto the Father except, but we can go down to the mosque. We can go to the Kingdom Hall. Buddhism is all right. Most religions are morally all right. The problem is with salvation. The problem is what you're going to do when this stop moving. When this become cold and stiff and can no longer make the trip, what you going to do? What you going to do? Let us who believe in Jesus Christ today and believe that there is room for us at the cross. Let us know for sure that God has sent his son and that he came for me and my sin, that they may be canceled. Maybe y'all don't have any or didn't have any. You know, maybe it was just on me, but I'm still at the cross, not looking for salvation any longer, but looking for that forgiveness. I'm looking for that grace and that mercy that Jesus is full of. I need grace and I don't know about the rest of you, but I need mercy to suit my case every day. So today, let us just Be like Peter and John. Be like Peter and John. Stand up and tell the truth on God.
Amen.
If you tell the truth on God, you don't have to fix it. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to add anything to it. You don't have to try to take something away that seems offensive. The only people that the Bible offends is the people who don't believe that the God that the Bible talks about is the God of all creation.